All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
What's that? 19! 3, Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And Brate, the tight end's got it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the Browns' 49-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Watson now to throw. Underneath, he's got Brate. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each. Defender ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Watson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
19! You got nothing today. You got nothing. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's another Texans first down.
Watson with a give to Miller. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Check.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a fourth down. So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. The kick by Fairbairn is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Hurry! Alert!
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
55, come on, guys, 55. You left me, King. Check.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Thomas has got it, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Defensively, you give up the big chunk play there on the ground. Now they really have to bow up.
They certainly do, but I know how offensive linemen think. They don't care that the defense is going to bow up. They want to dominate them. They want to get into the...
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
180! Oh, here we go. Oh. Mike, 55.
Point it right.
Double. Hurry. 55, Mike, 55. 3 bucks.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
We gonna work.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
65.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it's 3rd down. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 85 yards. And the Texans push further out in front.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. On third down, Mayfield. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. First down, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
On second down, Mayfield again. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns get a score closer. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
49, check 49, check 49.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mike set. 3, Mike. Here we go, D. Time to go.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be...
Lamar Miller, he's at the 40, 20. A big-time play there for the Texans. 65 yards on the ground. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns' drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, alert 33.
2nd and 4.
Hey, alert. Hey, Charlie.
They go play action. Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
First down, Browns.
Run. Bud.
Play fake. Mayfield. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Mayfield now. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zerline good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A very solid gain of 27.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, dude. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Out, 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 out.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
You're set. Great team. You 3 at the mic. Crunch time, defense. Back, back, back. Hey, 59.
Again, it's Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Watson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here comes the ball.
possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Operating from the gun. Watson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They come out here in the I. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. A give, the first man through, Gillespie of the fullback. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Check 55, Mike.
Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
They'll run it again with Miller. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 3rd down, Miller. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
They've got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Now a desperation throw